Hi, Christine. Nice to see you. Just getting the word out real quickly. Hi, Amber. Nice to see you. Sorry, everybody. I'm just getting the word out, letting everybody get in here while we keep going. I would have started a lot sooner. However, for some reason, the internet does not want me to get on Twitter or Facebook from my laptop. So I'm having to do it from my phone. And, where there's a will, there's a way. But it just makes it very inconvenient. Let's just put it that way. So I've been fiddling with that for like the last 30 minutes, actually. Hi, Courtney. Nice to see you. How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody is well. It's nice to see you all. All right. I've gotten as much of the word out as I possibly can. It's not you, Marnie. It's my internet actually that decided not to participate tonight. Sorry about that. Nice to see you though. I'm glad you found us. I'm just woo. So all right, I'm gonna take this down for a second. That is Joe's Bar, everybody. Woo-hoo. Fun, right? All right. How's everybody doing? Everybody hear me all right out there? All right. All right. Welcome. I'm glad you had a good weekend, Christy. That's awesome. Christy said she had a good weekend. She had a great live feed this morning. Great chat. Great conversation. It was a really good subject about how to tailor and maximize your social media and keep your platforms, maximize your platform participation and all that, and it was really good. It was really a really good conversation. I'm not doing it any justice right now by describing it, but go and check that out on her channel, Christy Stratos, and it is well worth it. Trust me. It was a good conversation. Great info, as Amber said. Yes. So she's beaming from her conference time. She went to a writers conference in New Jersey, New York, somewhere around there, and the greater tri-state areas, and New Jersey, nice. And so she's got a lot more to share with everybody. So check out her chats. They're 2 p.m. Eastern every Sunday, or at least she tries to do every Sunday, like I try to do every Sunday night here. Doesn't always work out, but what are you going to do? Life gets in the way sometimes, right? It's nice to see everybody here. I hope that you all had a chance to check out the flagship show, our 25th episode. We have a ton of stuff. I know it could be probably very overwhelming. It's double the size of our normal episodes, but I wanted to fit everybody I possibly could in there and give them this time to, help us out and make it a pretty special episode. And I think they did that very well. And we accomplished our goal, I think, with that episode. It's a really good one. A lot of people who are in the chat right now know Mr. Joshua Robertson, or at least you thought you did. He shared with us some interesting things that I'm sure a lot of people didn't know. In fact, that was one of the comments in the video. Heidi commented how she didn't know that Josh had this inkling to be an actor, or at one point in his life was studying to be an actor. So it's always cool that you learn some great things about your friends. Josh is I shouldn't say one of the few, because I know a lot of people, but he's one of the really, he's one of the people that I know fairly well, having talked to him so many times over the years and have never even met the man, but having talked to him extensively about his background and who he is, and his family and everything, I know a lot about him, and even I learned some stuff in that interview, which is great. That's why I never shy away from interviewing my friends, because you do always learn something new. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Hi, JB. Nice to see you. I'm glad you found it. Not being on Facebook, I was worried that maybe you weren't going to find it, but you see, JP's actually making me a better social media guy, because knowing that JB, who is one of our major contributors, somebody that I have to talk to and need to talk to and want to talk to, because of the fact that he swore off of Facebook and now is concentrating on Twitter. And I think I've seen him on Instagram as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, JB, on that. But Twitter is his main focus now, and so he's on Twitter. So if I want to communicate with JB, I know that I have to go to Twitter to do so. As I know that there's a few people have to communicate with Instagram, and I'm trying to get better. That's one of my goals here in the short term. One of my 1-year plan goals, Christy. That we talked about goals a little bit in her chat this morning. But my goal this year is to really focus on Instagram and put myself more out there with Instagram. The things that I'm seeing and experiencing, there's no reason why I shouldn't put more pictures out there of what I'm experiencing and seeing, so that you all can experience it with me. And Instagram can be used as a very valuable tool for a lot of things, not just photos. So I'm really working on diversifying my portfolio and going after the Instagram following as well. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, I believe, see, I should have had it ready. I don't think I have my things ready, but Joe ID Films 73, I believe, is my Instagram. If I'm not, it's Joe ID Films, maybe. It's either Joe ID Films or Joe ID Film 73. But if you search hashtag GoIndieNow, you'll see a bunch of posts from me I know a lot of people are using that now, which I'm really grateful for, but you'll see some posts mixed in. There you go. Christy said, yeah, add Joe ID Film 73. Thank you, Christy, for checking that for me. But yeah, or she probably already knew that right off the top of her head. She didn't even have to look it up. but anyway, so I am working hard on diversifying our portfolio online, and so JB is a really great help for that. So thank you, JB, for that. I know that's probably something you weren't expecting to be thanked for, but I think that's really cool. I applaud him for putting his concentrations. It's exactly what Christy was talking about this morning, actually. And I wanted to bring him up, but I just didn't. I was I was listening to the thing, but I wasn't participating in the chat all that much, although I participated a lot more than I thought I would. But I was multitasking at the time. So I did want to mention that that's something that Christy mentioned in her chat, was the idea that, hey, you got to go with what works for you. And there was a gentleman, David Kelly, who was in the chat, who was talking about he only uses certain things as well. And so I think that's important, to identify who you are and what you like to do and how you like to do it, and use the proper social media for that presence. So I certainly, to just kind of piggyback on Christy's conversation from this morning. So I'm happy to announce that, well, it's not a surprise or a secret anymore, that I need to announce it. Next weekend, of course, is the B2B SciCon, which is the Brain to Books Cyber Convention. It's I believe, the 5th year of the convention, if I'm not mistaken. This will be my 3rd consecutive year hosting the 72-hour live feed show. So I will be live for the majority of those 72 hours. And again, this year, Karina Cantus has come aboard to do the midnight hours and the wee hours of the morning for me, because for her, that's daytime in Greece. She's in Greece, and so she did it last year, Karina's Corner. We're going to have Karina's Corner back this year. So if you're up really late, or if you have nothing better to do, you want to check it out, go do so. I know Karina has some things planned, and she's got some people she's going to talk to anyway. But I'm sure she would always welcome and encourage the company to bring aboard anybody who wants to chat. I know that I will. And we'll talk about how this is all going to work again this year in a minute. But I will mention that it will begin for me at about 9 a.m. Eastern time on Friday morning. I will start the live feed, the first live feed, and go until probably, I don't know, last year I think I went to 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, maybe a little bit later than that. I know that the year before, Angela had like an after party. Then last year we had an after party that kind of just fizzled halfway through the party. Not even, well, actually at the start of the party, it kind of fizzled. I know some people hung around at the end, but it really was. And that was on Facebook, I believe, last year. So, and then the year before was on Google Hangouts. They set it up and put that together. That wasn't something that I did. By the end of the first year, I was completely exhausted and out of it. So I pretty much don't remember most of that day. I had to go back and watch a lot of it, but because I was just, that was when I was crazy enough to do. I did 66, 65 hours of actual coverage on that day, or that weekend. So, and then last year I was able to tailor it back quite a bit and do that. So I was real excited about that. But and it worked out really well, and it's going to do the same this year, and it's going to be even better. But so Friday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern, or did I say 9 a.m. Eastern? I think I said 9 a.m. Eastern. 9 a.m. Eastern time, maybe a little bit sooner than that. I have to talk to Angela. She and I usually like to start the whole thing off, but who knows? It may go a little bit earlier, a little bit later. Who knows? But just be around. You'll see the notifications and the opportunities in the. I'll of course share them everywhere where I'll be, and the chats are open, so come on in and chat. I know a lot of you are working during that time, or you're shy and just want to be in the chat, which is totally fine. I'm totally open to that. I hope there's a lot of chatters in there. The chat usually is a pretty good one. Just remember, though, this time around, uh, that we will have the chat open, but it will be recorded, so people will see what you're saying. So just keep that in mind. Um, Not that that's a bad thing or a good thing or an indifferent thing, doesn't really matter either way. But I just want to point that out because that's the new thing with YouTube. Even on the Hangout ones, they're doing that as well, I noticed. So that is happening all weekend long, so you can catch me. Now, how it works is there was a sign up on the B2B site, the B2B Sycon site. I know that a lot of people weren't aware of how to do it, where to do it, and all that, but there was one, and there are people signed up specifically for what we're calling Joe's Bar this year. So that the name of my show is Joe's Bar. So that will be something that we will have out there, but the signups are no longer available. I just went to the website and checked. I believe they ended already, so you can't sign up even if you want to. That is all. So that's all done. So the thing about that is with the Google Hangouts, there's only 10 slots. So if you're one of the people who like to be on video, who like to hang out with me, let me know because there is only 10 slots and I have to give priority to the people who signed up. That's why they signed up. So if you signed up, you will have priority. You will get an email from me before anybody else on where the links are and where you can come in. That's the deal. And if you think you signed up and you haven't gotten an email from me before, if you don't see an email from me, you didn't sign up. I promise you. I went through it with a fine-tooth comb. I know exactly what emails I'm sending to. And if you have a bad email or you send an email just thinking, you know what, I just had to put an email address in there, there's nothing I can do for you. I'm sorry. I'm sending it to the emails that I was given. So that is, those are the, that's who will get priority. So, and the way it's going to work this year, because of the enormous task it is to weed through 8 hours of coverage, where a lot of the time it's just me doing this. Hi. Well, that's not a lot of the time. That's some of the time. But there's some of that. There's some quiet time. There's some people reading. There's some things that a lot of people may not want to watch, and they just want to get into the real good conversations. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. And the meaty conversations. Well, uh, two things about that. So, number one is that I am not going to do an 8 hour video this year. So, the segments will be broken down into 4 hour increments. I will go live for 4 hours, switch over to um, another hangout in 4 hours time, and keep on rotating. So if you were given a link beforehand, don't always trust that that's the link it's going to be at. You'll know because nobody will be there when you do click on it. And so that's the deal. So every 4 hours, the link will change. If you want to be in the conversation, if you see that there's an open slot, or you just want to be in the conversation, you have some free time, I absolutely welcome any of you to message me. Most of you know me. If you don't, friend me on Facebook, Joe Compton. I will have Facebook open for the majority of the time. Just message me and say, hey, can I get in there? What's the link? And I'll tell you if we're full, I'll tell you that we're full. But if not, I will tell you when we aren't full and have you come in. So don't feel like just because you didn't sign up, you're missing out. I would never do that to you guys. And obviously, what happens a lot of times is people didn't understand what it was or who I am or what we're doing. So when they see it, then they get excited and they want to be in it. And then they email Angela for the link, or they ask Angela for the link, or they ask Anita or Tim, and they've got a lot going on. They're the ones really running this conference. I'm just running the bar. I'm just here hanging out. I'm the guy that you're going to talk to hang out with. I'm the guy in the backstage area. I'm the green room guy. So I'm hanging out and just having fun with you. And I have stuff going on and things that we'll be talking about and subjects and certain things that we'll be doing in certain time slots. But for the most part, I'm hanging out. So come and talk to me. My name is Joe Compton, and I'm easy to find. You can search GoIndieNow as well. If you want to message GoIndieNow from the GoIndieNow page on Facebook, facebook.com/GoIndieNow, do so. That's fine too. I will check it. I get those messages on my phone just as easily as I get my own personal messages. And just message me, and we will get you in there. I promise. If not for that segment, maybe the next segment, or we'll talk about when we can get you on. But no matter what, my goal is to always, if you're interested in being on, to get you on, and that's what I'm trying to do. So that's how that's going to work. Now, there are certain things that we will be doing, and I'll talk about those in just a second. But hi, Cassandra. Nice to see you. But for the most part, it's basically just going to be open forum. So as it normally is, and it's free flowing. And if there's an opportunity for anybody, if there's just me and you in the actual hangout, and you want to read from your book, or you want to read something you're doing, or you want to share something that you're doing, as long as it's just me and you, I will definitely do that, because you give me a break from talking, and I'll let you just go. I typically let people read from their book or whatever, but as soon as people come in, I'm gonna try and keep it so that if it's just us, you can do that. But otherwise, don't just be polite, because people want to talk and they come in to talk. So that's all I ask. So come on in. You all are welcome. And so we are going to be doing that again Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I'm going to start at 9 a.m. Eastern. If Angela's not ready, that's fine. But I will start at 9 a.m. Eastern Friday morning. That's April 6th, I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, April 6th. Friday, April 6th at 9 a.m. Eastern time, I will be live. And I will be live for that entire day up until, I think, around midnight Eastern, 1 a.m. Eastern, maybe even 2 a.m. Eastern. I might go. I think I went to 2 a.m. Eastern last year. And then Karina takes over, and Karina Cantus will then take over from there, and she'll be live until I get back on about 9 a.m., 8 a.m. ish on Saturday, and we'll do that for the full 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somebody will be live on our channel, and you can come and talk to us and celebrate Brain to Books. So the Brain to Books Cyber Convention, for those of you who don't know, is the brainchild of Angela B. Chrysler, and it is an online convention, the largest online convention for book and booksellers and book lovers. And it is one that has all kinds of events and all kinds of things that go on. They have a character tournament. They have Facebook Live going on this year. They have panel discussions, all of those things. And there's a lot. And there's a lot on Goodreads as well. For some reason, everybody wants to stay on that platform. But that's fine. Everybody has their favorites. And so there's booths at Goodreads that you can go through and hang out with, and all of that. So you can do that. And well, JB, if it's snowing and you can't get on, I'm sorry. But the chat will be up, so you can come and chat with us too. Hopefully you can do that. But so with that in mind, so with the 4-hour increments, I want to talk a little bit about how it's structured. So JB brings up an interesting point, how if he's going to be hunkered down in snow and he can't get a good internet connection, how can he watch it? Well, the thing about it is, too, that it will be posted on our YouTube channel. You can see the last 2 years are posted there. and we're doing something really important with that. So I have somebody I know personally who is going through each and every video and timestamping it at important moments. I've given them parameters for what I would consider important moments, or change or shifts in talking, and they'll timestamp every major event, every person that comes in. If somebody new comes in, they'll timestamp that, so that you can go and watch your favorites and talk to the people who watch the people that you want to watch, and the things that you want, the conversations you. We'll be doing that. That's a gradual process. Stamp on it in every video, so you can weed 5 hours of me just sleeping on air, just looking befuddled. I could probably put about hours of that together. That's how crazy that is. But anyway, so that's happening, and then all of the live panel discussions are getting the same treatment as well. So every time there's a question in the live panel, that will be timestamped. So you can go and check out all the old live panels, and you'll be able to see certain questions on the subject that the live panel is doing. So that's so anyway, that's happening right now. As I possibly so that's happening. So all the books conversations that here's Brain to Books. I have some things up my sleeve. No, it wasn't. It's not you, Amber. It was me. So yeah, there was buffering issues. That was on my end, my stupid internet. For some reason on Sunday nights it likes to be funny. But anyway, so this year during the Brain to Books, we have some things going on. Some things I introduced in the Writer's Hop. Remember this? The Writer's Block. I have a bunch of questions that I'm going to put in this little thing, and we're going to open it up and ask questions. So if you want to be on the Writer's Block segment, I'll let you know when that happens. And we'll do the Writer's Block, and hopefully everybody sees that. I don't know if my internet is any better now, but anyway, so that's one of the things we're doing, the Writer's Block. We're also going to continue our every year debate, Batman via Iron Man. We tried to do Marvel DC last year, and that just blew up in my face and went off on a different tangent. So, station probably Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern, because that will be 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern will be the happy hour. And the happy hour is going to have a lot of interesting things. I've invited people who a lot of people will get a kick out of talking to if they show up. If that's not the case, then we'll time again. It's 9 p.m. Eastern will be all of that for let's have that. So crap. So I'm sure I'm just but anyway, hopefully it buffers out and you get to see this every Wednesday. And so you get a little taste of that. I wanted to give some time. I didn't feel it was fair. I was going to post it on yesterday, but I didn't feel like it was fair to them, seeing that I posted the new episode, and that's what everybody wants to see. So I want to give the new episode some time so that people can watch that, and then come Wednesday, get a nice taste for Brain to Books and get ready for it. Thursday, I'm off the grid. Go live from live at the time. So if I'm not at the time, right now, 10 p.m. Eastern. I am going to come on the internet. You can do it. I'm going to catch the live feed, and I'll be there then. But if not, I will go live and to that, but different feel, a different medium, and do all that. I can see it. But anyway, so that's me. That's what we're going on. I hope to see you next weekend at Brain to Books. Like I said, message me. Let me know that you're available. I want and encourage all of you to come join me at any time live. Come chat. Come to the chat. If you don't want to be on camera, come to the chat. If you can't be on camera, come to the chat. We've got the chat open all the times. So, and it's easy to find the video to Brain to Books. You can go to Brain to Books, b2bsidecon.com. The video there. It'll be streaming on. I will post when it's on, and YouTube as well. You can always click on our YouTube channel, get the notifications that we're going live. A little bell that notifies you that we're going to be live, and we'll keep that going. And so anyway, that's B2B. I'm cutting out apparently, and I'm really sorry about that. But remember, it's always time to go in and out, and we'll see you next weekend.